behind his silence. She persuaded him. When he came back from college, they discovered that everything has changed. They noticed it from a mile away that his character and attitude has been shaping like a bricks that spring from Door's mud clay. She thought he was trying to isolate himself, but neither did she understand that he has received something that made him distinguished from the rest. She came close, looked into his eyes and couldn't recognize her son because he doesn't even look like himself. She was curious. She became eager to know the reason behind his silence. She persuaded him to speak. His face was buried beneath the ground. His lips started shaking like a man whose life was at the verge of death, but he finally spoke anyway and he said, "Pardon my manners, ma, I did not crave your indulgence. Before I embarked on this journey, I have finally been initiated." She could not contain the words she heard. She shouted and screamed out loud. Her voice echoed through the roof when she said, "Jesus!" Then he said, "Do not mention the name of my Capone in vain." Your Capone! Your Capone! Is this what you went to tertiary institution to become? But he further explained, "You know, when you are newly admitted into college, you can easily be intimidated. So I decided to get fortified. That evening while I was in the hostel where I resided, some men approached me with the constitution from their kingdom. The word they spoke persuaded me, so I decided to honor their invitation. When I got to the province, the man who represented the Capone spoke words so powerful that it swept me off my feet. I fell for LOVE. I decided to get initiated. When I blend in, I took the oath. They gave me an orientation before my induction. I was buried beneath H2O and I rose. Buried beneath H2O and I rose. When I rose, I started speaking the language of the gods. I started speaking coded language that was only made for the initiated. I spoke in tongues. Marana Gariana Parana Riababari. She came close to rip off his clothes to see if he still has scars left on his body due to the brutal torture he might have received when he was going through the initiation process. He said, "Hold on, ma. My Capone took lashes from my lashes. He took nails from my nails. He was brutally tortured for my sake. So I will not be enslaved when I came." Then she looked at her son and she said, "You mean you went to the tertiary institution of higher learning to belong to a fraternity?" He said, "Yes, the fraternity of divinity. Because what this world offers is vain, that the end is full of calamity. So I decided to belong to eternity." Mama, where I belong now, we always have our meetings every first Sunday of the month. We come together, we drink blood and we eat flesh. We drink blood and we eat flesh because they have guns with them. But we have God in us. They have guns with them, but we have God in us.
A round of applause for him, please.
Cheeks. Then she said, "Please, I would love to meet Daniel Capone. I will also."
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Okay, for our next performance, we'll be calling on Adeze Nwankwo for spoken word poetry. 3 minutes, please. Smart sound should get ready.